Fellas, you know Degree Cool Rush deodorant, right? Well, last year they changed the formula, and guys were mad about it. One dude even started a petition. So guess what? Degree heard us, admitted they messed up, and brought the original Cool Rush scent back exactly how it was. And it's in Walmart, Target, and other stores now for under $4. So grab some and remember why its cool, crisp, and fresh scent made it the #1 men's antiperspirant for the last decade. Degree Cool Rush is back, and it smells like victory for all of us.
Don't you love it when things are both easier and more affordable? Like when the rain washes your car for you. Or like when you save up to 10% by bundling your renters and auto insurance with USAA. Bundle with USAA and start saving. Get a quote today.
Hilton brings you new ways to stay. With experiences that let you capture the glory days. Introducing the Graduate Hotels. Each inspired by local college towns, these stays are always original and never boring. Get in touch with traditions all across the country and enjoy a stay that's a class above the rest. Book at Graduate Hotels with Hilton Honors Points at Hilton.com. It's a win-win. Hilton, for the stay.
From the Fifth Quarter Studio in Madison, Wisconsin, you're listening to the Coaching Youth Hoops Podcast.
They're playing basketball.
Here's our hosts, Steve Collins, and Bill Flitter.
All right, welcome to Coaching Youth Hoops.
Coach.
You can also go over and check out coachingyouthhoops.com if you'd like.
You absolutely can.
You absolutely can. And any of you that are watching, I apologize for Coach looking like he belongs in a sci-fi movie because the sun.
I don't know which way to sit here. Sit right.
The people that are listening to the podcast. Coach is in California. I don't think he cares I say that. And he's in and out of the sun. Like this, yeah. Very little empathy from me. You know, We'll see the sun for 3 days in Wisconsin for the next 3 months.
You're getting a tan just doing this podcast right now.
Oh my God. It's been dark here for like 2 hours. So do that. And then also go over and make sure, was this a Facebook question?
It was. Yeah. We're pulling a lot of Facebook questions the last month or so on the podcast because they're really good questions. And, we want to, these are the types of questions we get in the Facebook group. Coaches respond there. We want to address them here as well. Get our opinion for those people who are on the Facebook group. Add some color, so to speak, around the questions too. So you're on mute, Coach. Coach, you're on mute.
I am on mute. It's the end of the day for me.
And you are back.
I am back. Go over and check out the Facebook group. Coaching Youth Hoops. Type it in. Free. Great. So this is one I need. It's conditioning. Right? Isn't this the conditioning problem?
Yeah. We're talking about conditioning and how you include conditioning in your practices.
Post-Thanksgiving. Yes.
Yeah, post-Thanksgiving.
We all need to get in better shape.
Man, yeah. I tried a new thing though. So I try these body hacks all the time and I'm always changing. And so I'm doing, this one is from Tim Ferriss. This is an old one, but a goodie. And I have never tried it, so I want to try it, resurface. So 30 grams of protein.
30 thing?
The 30. So 30 minutes of cardio, 30 grams of protein within 30 minutes of waking. So I'll let you know how it goes. You might see Coach shrinking a little bit.
If it works, let me know. That intrigues me.
Yeah.
What's 30 grams of protein? What is that? Like a couple eggs?
3 eggs. If you think about 3 eggs.
And why the protein? I understand the 30 and 30 minutes you wake up, 30 minutes of exercise. Why the protein?
I really should know this answer. I actually really should. But no, it helps because you've just been in a deficit, right, for a number of hours. And it replenishes your glucose levels because you have a store of about 20 minutes of glucose once you wake up. And if you're working out for an hour, you're going to hit a wall pretty hard after about 20 minutes. if you work out in the morning and you haven't eaten anything yet. So the 30 grams of protein help restore that levels quickly.
Okay. Done.
Yeah.
If that's not true, you just made that up. Okay.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good. And it fills you up, so you get that protein in you, and so you're not snacking then throughout the rest of the day. Are
you a TikToker? Because that's all over TikTok. The 30-30's all over 30-30-30's all over TikTok right now.
No, I saw. I don't know where I discovered. I actually YouTube. I'm a big YouTuber. Yeah, because when I work out, I have YouTube on watching various videos because my bike is right there in my office, and I can on my big screen.
You can watch my Teach Hoops YouTube channel. There you go.
Yeah.
Or you can watch this podcast and see Coach and I.
You can actually see our face instead of just
see. I don't know if you want to do that. I have a face for radio.
Yeah.
Anyway. So conditioning. So I have never been a big conditioning person. Like specific drills to do it. I have a couple that I do early in the season because I want to build a little bit of a base. But I've always thought that if I'm scrimmaging enough and doing live stuff and it's competitive enough and I'm pushing them enough, I'm not a line guy. I don't like it for punishment. I don't like it to let's just run.
Mm-hmm.
But even at the youth level, I always kind of just built it in. Now, I did build in here's 10 minutes of full court shooting or something where they're going to be conditioning, but they're really not going to know they're conditioning.
That's right.
It's like, how do you hide the vegetables so they eat them kind of thing.
Right.
You get them the vitamins so they don't know that they're eating their vitamins, but they're eating their vitamins kind of thing. So I've always been under that theory. Because I used to hate just running for the sake of running. Otherwise, I'd have gone out for cross country,
Yeah, or track, right?
Or track.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. I think you need to conditioning for the sake of conditioning. I think there's a better use of your time. You can condition with a ball in your hand. You condition while you shoot if you do the right drills. There's actually, what we should do? Add some conditioning shooting drills as part of this too. So you're on mute again, bud.
I am. Thank you.
Yeah.
That would be a great idea, doing the conditioning things. I think
we'll put them in the show notes. Yeah. So I think that would be helpful to see some conditioning drills that you could do without them. Like you said, you're hiding the vegetables in that case.
Right.
So I wouldn't just condition just to condition at the grade school level and middle school level. But the question that came up also, in addition to that, is warm-ups and, doing dynamic warm-ups for youth. I used to do that and I stopped. An hour practice, maybe 2 days a week. Again, if we're doing ball handling,
right,
and we do that as a progression, easy to, harder through that 5 minute, 6 minute period of time. I think that's good. Especially
I think the issue is if you want to build it into something. You want to kill two. I don't know if you can see this anymore. To kill two birds with one stone. I don't know. PETA might not like that, but anyway, I whatever. I say expressions in class, and it's like kids don't even. They're not really a thing anymore. But anyway, I like to do two skill sets at once or three skill sets.
That's
so
right.
if you want to do the dynamic, then maybe you can do the dynamic with a ball. Like if you want to do dynamic stretching, then maybe you can do dynamic something where they're doing that kind of stuff and they're dribbling too. I just think, again, couple practices a week, couple hours or so a week. It's just hard to I mean, I have a hard time, and I have practiced 5-6 days a week for 2 hours, and I still have a hard time finding time to cue that out. But I think, you definitely want to warm up their bodies if possible.
In some way, and the reason for dynamic warm-ups in general is just getting their muscles warmed up, right?
Right.
I think, and a little bit limber, you don't want to start with stretching. That's the worst thing you could do.
Right.
At high school level, definitely, that's when they're growing and their muscles are stretched so tight that you actually do need to do some dynamic warm-ups. I think before, like what you said, if you're going to condition, make that part of whatever you're doing in your shooting drills. As an example, get them moving through the drills you start off with. And that's the first thing I always do is I do ball handling and then go into getting them up and down the court in a fast-paced drill that they're sprinting.
Right. So. No, I agree. All right. Anything else with that, Coach, with conditioning?
No,
we all need to get in better shape. There's your takeaway.
Especially post Thanksgiving.
A couple other things. Make sure you go over and check out coachingyouthhoops.com. Everything you need. And also go over and check out our free Facebook group. Come join us. If you have any questions, you never know. We might pick
our sponsor too.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Basketball Play Creator. If you need a source to create drills, check it out. Basketballplaycreator.com. Create all your drills right there.
Done. All right. Till next week, Coach.
Till next week.
And then when they're 17, there's just that change of you tend to see a lot of this, and that's just purely observational. I don't disagree.
I don't disagree with that. I think what it takes is a lot of reps to shoot the ball correctly.
Yes.
But like I said, I have a third grade girl who can shoot the ball, and she's a tiny little thing. She can do layups. No, she can't. It's not shooting threes, and we just started working on regular layups because at that age, they move up the line on a layup. She can hit the rim and make maybe 1 out of 5 right now.
Right.
But she knows how to shoot with her legs the way you should be shooting.
Yes.
She has the proper form already.
Right.
Amazing. Right. Anyway, but pivoting, I think it's like some footwork stuff in there. Let me ask you a different question. Okay, so now we know your number one thing is ball handling. Is that correct? That's what you said, right?
Yeah, I don't think you've changed my mind, but yes.
No. So let's go top 3 now. So if I'm a youth coach, these are going to be my daily vitamins, right? So one is ball handling, which is different than dribbling, by the way, in my opinion.
Yeah. Okay. Ball handling, dribbling, whatever. It's the same thing. Dribbling, just like when we're old. I would say 2 is defense.
How'd you get those balloons?
I have no idea where those balloons came from. Did you just see that?
Yeah. Is it your birthday?
No. Anyway, I don't know how that happened. Anyway, we'll see if that actually shows up. Anybody that's listening, there's like balloons just happened on my thing. I don't know why that happened. Happy birthday. That's not my birthday. I would say defense. And then I would put shooting. So I would put the defensive fundamentals would be my second skill, I think.
Okay.
But ahead of like rebounding or passing, or I think the defensive principles, like help line on the ball. Yeah. And then I would put shooting third. Probably not the normal answer, but that's what I think.
Yeah. So ball handling, defensive principles, and then shooting.
Yep.
Is that what I heard?
In the elementary level.
At the elementary level. Yeah. Well, Coach Mark, he agrees with you. Dribbling and man defense principles were his 2. Again, this is off our Facebook group.
Yeah.
I love this answer: to love basketball.
Hopefully that's
right. But that kind of goes to my argument, right? Ball goes in, I get excited. I love basketball, right?
Right. No, I mean, I'm not disagreeing with you. You made me think about it from a different standpoint.
There's a lot of answers: layups, ball handling, defense, work as a team. Good one. Pivoting.
Footwork could be in there at the younger level. Even knowing at the young levels, they don't even know how to run in some respects. Their gait is bad. You can teach them how to run. Like, here's how we run down the court. But I know I love that. So this is the reason you should go over and join the Facebook group. I'm going to just circle back to the beginning of the podcast because you can jump in on this discussion. I'm sure this has been popping at the top of the discussion board for a while. Anything else on this, Coach?
No, I again, I think this was a great discussion because it is hard when you have one or two practices. What do you focus on? You have so much to focus on. And, teaching them. And if you obviously can combine drills where you're working on, multiple tasks at the same time, that's always better. But yeah, this is, had quite a few. It was a big discussion on the Facebook group. So go over and join it. Facebook group. All right. Till next week, Coach. Till next week. Hey, everybody. Coach Bill and I have a secret. First of all, we're giving away an IC3 basketball shot trainer. It's awesome. It's like a $500 value. Thank you, Dr. Dish. So if you want a chance to be able to win that, go over to basketballblackfriday.com. We're going to do some special things on Black Friday, so we want to let you know about them. Go over there, register, get a chance to win that IC3 basketball shot trainer, and find out the secret. All right. Have a great day.
This podcast is part of the Sports Social Podcast Network.